This is The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity.
Okay.
It came out a few years ago by David Graeber and David Wengrow. The most contemporary research we have on the archaeology of the emergence of human beings, and basically saying our basic notion that human beings emerged in these competing warlike tribes and the emergence of civilization was based around that sort of consolidation of resources in group identification just doesn't fit the evidence anymore. And that the evidence shows much more of an emergence of humanity around a cooperative, collaborative coming together of humans.
Mm-hmm. Some of the chapter titles are A Farewell to Humanity's Childhood, or Why This Is Not a Book About the Origins of Inequality. Chapter 2, Wicked Liberty, The Indigenous Critique and the Myth of Progress. Another one, just going to pick chapter 4, Free People and the Origin of Cultures and the Advent of Private Property. Not necessarily in that order. And let's see, chapter 10, Why the State Has No Origin, The Humble Beginnings of Sovereignty, Bureaucracy, and Politics. Those are just grabbing a few chapter titles. Yeah. What excites you about this guy?
Well, it got a lot of attention when it came out. People were very excited, and that the intellectual work is good, right, behind this, right? This is not just sort of a harebrained theory they've put together around these, but that they have the research behind what they're talking about. It fundamentally does reframe some of those larger origin stories we have about what it is to be a human being. And that's a part of why I thought this might be good, is because I find you do that. And
I do what?
A curious thing about you often come back to these kind of ideas about an original way of being a human being, right? Before civilization.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As a kind of framework through thinking through things.
Tribal or hunter-gatherers. Right. Yeah.
And so I thought it would be interesting to do a reading of a text that's really looking at that kind of emergence of civilization with you.
Yeah.
Because of that.